We are now live from Purdy High School here in Purdy, Missouri. This is the first round game between Crane and Spokane. A little roller to Compton. He can't find the ball. Throws it, and he's going to be out there at first base, and that will send in the batter in Nick Stone. Center fielder number 16, Nick Stone. There we go. You have to. Not used to your mic. Nick Stone, the Owls. Owls coming out of Christian County. Pirates coming out of Stone County. We're in Berry County here in Purdy. In the last two games, it was Purdy over Sparta 16-1. And in the second game, it was Billings over Blue Eye 7-5. That was an eventful game between Billings and Blue Eye, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it come down the wire, and Blue Eye had some runners on, and had a chance to tie it up there in the bottom of the seventh, or top of the seventh.
Top of the seventh inning, as that pitch was lined foul. And it's strike one to Nick Stone. First two batters have been retired by Crane. And the last trip that Crane took here was last year, and it was not a good trip last fall when the Pirates came to town, wasn't it, for the Pirates?
Yeah, we played them last fall, and there's always good battles with Coach Harmon's teams, and we come away luckily with the win, and we played each other, it seems like 6-7 times over the last 12 months. So
nothing in one now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Stone, the batter. He is the third man at the dish for the Spokane Owls. Owls wearing the maroon jerseys, or if you call them jerseys, if you ask me. Maroon jerseys with the gray pants. I've only seen Spokane play once, actually 3 times, counting today. They played both Hartville and Crane in the Crane Fall Woodbat Tournament. Strike 3, as that will end the inning, as that will send this game now to the bottom of the first inning. It is a no-score game between Crane and Spokane. Isaiah Smith, the batter for the Pirates. one of 7 juniors on the Pirates team. And those 7 juniors are deadly for the Pirates team, aren't they, Coach Hughes?
Yeah, they're a good group, good class. They've got to play some varsity, some as a freshman, and then most of them last year. Coach Harmon's got a good group, and he's going to have them for 2 more years. So
2 more years he will have. Having 1 more fall, 1 more spring, and that pitch is going to be swung on, hit foul over toward the third base side. Pirates on the third base dugout. Spokane in the first base dugout. So kind of unusual to see Crane out in the third base dugout. And from what I see about this ballpark here at Purdy, it's been renovated throughout the fall, hasn't it?
yeah, there's a double in the gap.
That's going to be a double in the gap there by Isaiah Smith. He's going to be trucking to second base, and he is going to be safe there at second base, and that will send in the short and yet speedy Chase Conrad to the plate. Second baseman number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter for the Pirates, and this kid has some speed when you put him on base. So if you're Spokane, you want to get Conrad back into the dugout, don't you?
Yeah, you do not want him to be on the base pass. He causes a lot of trouble out there.
And that's one thing that Coach Harmon does want his runners to do, is cause trouble. The first pitch to him is going to be a strike there, and it's 0-1. Cardinals will get another crack at it in the second play, or in Game 2 of the National League Championship Series, and well, it looks like that game's already started up in Busch Stadium, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it started just a minute ago.
Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2 there to Conrad. Adam Smith, Josh Hughes joining you guys. And let's talk about kind of your game, the earlier game against Sparta's. Like, what went well, what went wrong for you guys against Sparta tonight?
We started off, our starting pitcher didn't throw strikes early in the game, and we gave them a run in the first inning, and our bullpen come in and did a great job, and then our bats, we swung it really well today.
And that is one factor that Purdy will need to have, is swing it well when the tournament shifts to C of O. It looks like in the C of O, at C of O, it's going to be Purdy, Billings, and then either Crane or Spokane, and then in the next game it would be Galena or Southwest heading to Hollister on Monday. Pitch is going to be fouled down to the left, down to the first base side, and it's going to do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chase Conrad. And that's a neat facility to play at there at C of O, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great opportunity for our kids and for this conference, and it's great for
foul tip, strike 3, and down goes Conrad.
It's great for Coach Richardson to see some of local kids too down there, so it's fun.
Catcher number 28, Darren Terrell. Darren Terrell, the batter for the Pirates. He is the catcher. He homered in the Pirates' last game against Galena, which was into right field. And Taryn, who has had 2 home runs on the year, he's ready to get a crack at it. This Spokane team, what we heard, they're the 8th seed, so they're not very good for this fall, aren't they?
Well, I don't want to say they're not very good, because they come out the other night when we played them and looked good. The same kid on the mound, he did a great job of mixing speeds, and they made some plays behind him, and we finally got some runs to him. So yes, they're the 8th seed based off of record, but they have gotten better. New coach, he's doing a great job over there, and they keep improving. They're going to be tough to beat come springtime.
From springtime, Spokane will be a tough target to beat for Crane, Purdy, or even, and that's going to be a snag there by the first baseman, and Terrell's going to be out. And so Spokane's come to play defense. Or no, Terrell actually will be at first base, and that will send in the cleanup man and Isaac Robinson, who is the pitcher. Pitcher number 25, Isaac Robinson. Good little hard hit ball there from Darren Terrell, if you ask me. It looked like he was out there at first base.
I don't think the first baseman ever got back to the bag. He was trying to get up, and Terrell, with his speed, was able to beat it out, I believe.
2 men at the corners for Crane. Pitcher flinched, but he's going to be in it, or it'll be 1 ball, no strikes to to Mr. number 25. They're on the black jerseys. Pirates in their black jerseys, they have the white pants, blue socks, little ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to throw to second base. One run scores. There goes Terrell, and Terrell will be out, but a run scores. That will send this game to the top of the second inning. It is a 1-0 Pirate lead. Okay, who is this? Who are you? Are you Wiggins? Yep. Leading off top of the second inning for the Spokane Owls, the pitcher number 10, Jacob Wiggins. Jacob Wiggins, the batter for the Spokane Owls. We're here in Purdy, Missouri. And so let's kind of talk about your the renovation that you guys had here at this ballpark here at Purdy High School.
Well, we had this spring when we had all the rain, we had part of our backstop collapse due to all the weather and rain. And we started in late June, early July with demolition and tore down the old backstop, tore down the old dugouts, and finally got to the...
Get some for strike. You get some for strike 3. First baseman number 24, J.D. Tate.
And so anyways, we finally we got some stuff done, and we moved our dugouts down and back off the field a little bit, and moved our backstop back a little bit, and ended up with able to play a few games here in the fall and in this spring. It's we're going to finish up some painting and finish up some cosmetic stuff, and we'll have it looking good. So.
Now, do you know of any colors that you're going to be painting the backstop? Is it just going to be like black and yellow, your school colors, or just black behind it, or
just
what?
Probably dark gray or black.
2 balls and a strike to J.D. Tate, and from what I believe, when the backstop was taken out here at Purdy due to the weather, I think that was on the same day that we had all that rain and all those tornadoes back on April the 30th. Was that correct?
It's around that time. I think it may have been more middle of May, because I remember. I think it was after the district tournament down in Crane. I believe that Saturday after the district. So.
Catcher number 13, Luke Wasson. So it was after the district tournament at Crane where the backstop was taken out due to the rain. Which was after I believe before you guys went to take on Seymour.
Yeah, it was the Saturday before we went on Monday to play Seymour.
And let me tell you about that Seymour team. They've kind of fallen off a little bit this fall after that huge spring going all the way to O'Fallon last spring. And
yeah, they graduated a few. They had some really good players that graduated, and coach he'll have them playing, but they'll be just fine. He does a great job down there at Seymour. And but they'll get those young kids playing, and they'll be a tough team to play later on in the spring.
Tough team they will be to be playing on in the spring, and maybe we could see a Crane and Purdy District Championship next year.
Yeah, I would say Coach Harmon's got his guys going in the right direction and looking forward to having that shot at the a district title. And I'm not sure we're doing our job yet, and we're gonna have to keep working to get to that point. So
as the Pirates go down another 1-2-3 inning, 1-0 in favor of the Crane Pirates as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Leading out the bottom of the second inning for the Pirates, left fielder number 16, Heath Quick. Heath Quick, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 in favor of Crane, so Crane will look to tack on here in the bottom of the second inning. We got a couple of updates from the Cardinals game in the NLCS there at Busch Stadium.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to the bottom of the second with a 0-0 tie. Wainwright's given up one hit through 2 innings, and Scherzer has given up a walk and has 3 strikeouts through 1 inning against the Cardinals. So it looks like it's a good pitching duel there in St. Louis.
Good pitching duel it is in St. Louis between Wainwright and Scherzer. And Scherzer is the ace for the Nationals. And from what I heard was on Monday when takes it a strike there, it's 1-1. So what I heard from when the Cardinals and Nationals shift to Washington is that Flaherty would start on Monday. Is that correct?
I think so. I think it looks like Flaherty will start on Monday, and then they haven't announced if Hudson's going to pitch Game 4 for sure yet, because they thought about using him maybe in the bullpen last night or today. So that may work out or may not. Depends on what happens tonight or today.
A 2-2 count to there, Mr. Heath Quick, the batter for the Pirates. The pitch right down the pipe, and it is going to be ball 2 to Heath Quick. And Heath Quick, he can swing a hot bat. You just gotta give him patience there at the plate.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that if you make a mistake, he's going to hit it. That's for sure.
Make a mistake, Quick will
Just
make you
like
pay
that.
for it, and a roller base hit there right down the right field line. Good stroke. Quick is gonna and he looks like Quick kind of tumbled. So Quick tumbled there right as he passed first base, but he's back. He'll be out in second for a double, and that will send in this shortstop in Zane Compton. Shortstop number 21, Zane Compton. Zane Compton, the batter. With Coach Harmon, he can shift Compton to anywhere. He's played third, he's played shortstop. in which what I believe is he played third when Crane took on Purdy last Monday, didn't he?
Maybe. I think so. I've tried to forget that night, Adam. You got to remember Coach Harmon beat us, and we don't like losing, and just like Coach Harmon doesn't want to lose. So no, it's he does a good job anywhere you put him. He even sometimes play a little bit of the outfield. I know in the past, but can play anywhere on the infield and pitches a little bit for him. So does a really good job.
Pirates going with the DH as they have a freshman who's DHing. That is Blake Evans. Evans, who could be a pretty good sized guy. He can put a ball into the outfield, and that's what you expect from the big boys on the lineup is to hit it hard.
Yeah, you want to be able to put the ball in play and make the defense get you out. It's a lot easier to do things if you can put the ball in play than if you're just striking out. So.
And from what it looks like there on the kind of down the left field line, is that correct? That is, we see a yellow school bus down there. It looks like that is Galena arriving to take on Southwest. That is the final game for today here at Purdy before everything shifts to College of the Ozarks.
Yeah, good day for baseball. It's cool, a little bit cool this morning, but the sun's shining and wind's not blowing too bad. And just a beautiful day.
Beautiful day it is for baseball. Temperatures in the 60s, maybe upper 50s. Got a runner at third base. That's Quick for Compton. I cannot see I can't see the Southwest bus, but we could be that Southwest may have arrived.
Yeah, very possible.
The ball is going to get away, and they're going to have runners at the corners. And so Crane has played Spokane 3 times today. So they'll see a new batter. Designated hitter number 23, Blake Evans. So Crane has played in Spokane, have already played 3 times this fall. And do you think it'd be a challenge to beat somebody a 3rd time in the fall?
Yeah, I've always said, beating someone 3 times in a season, no matter your records, it's hard to do because you start to figure some things out and you start to figure out how to do, get outs and take care of some business. And so, and I know this Spokane team is getting better. They're doing a good job doing the right things, and Coach is doing a good job with them. And so Coach Harmon's going to have to make sure he does a lot of stuff right and has kids do a lot of stuff right to continue to get these wins.
Continue to get the wins. It is, and we have a coaching visit, as it is either Sundle or Hooper out at the mound talking to his pitcher in Jacob Wiggins, as he's only given up 1 run here in the bottom of the 2nd inning with Blake Evans coming to the plate. And with a freshman, what do high school coaches expect from freshmen when they're playing varsity or sometimes playing JV?
Well, you want them to compete. You're not going to be a 500 hitter usually. You want to compete and put the ball in play and give yourself a chance to do some things and give your team a chance to score some runs by moving runners over, getting bunts down, things like that. So
just doing the little things on the field to impress your coach. Coaches don't expect big things to happen from their freshmen, just mostly to
do the little things.
And a little thing that's going to happen is Quick will score 2-0 Pirates here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So we could see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe if it goes in order. As the Pirates have scored another run, 2-0 Pirates here in the inning.
It's up there, it just won't. It's being slow.
1 ball, no strikes to Evans, the pitch. Inside corner, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 Pirates, our score. So what I heard was back when the Pirates took on Spokane, they put up a lot of runs when they went to take on Spokane. They're along South Campbell, which was a 21-1 win for the Pirates there at Spokane. And so do you think that Crane's just too good for Spokane, or do you think that Crane would be, or Crane just hits the ball harder than what Spokane does?
Crane's a really good hitting ball club, and depending on who's pitching for who any given day, you know, things can change and things can happen. So, you know, you get a couple big hits early on, and it just keeps as I always say, you kids start fighting at the bat rack to bat when things are going good, and when things are going bad, they don't even want to take a bat up to the plate, you know. So things start going good early on, and it's hard to keep a team from rolling.
3 balls and a strike to Blake Evans. So with Coach Harmon's words, what would you tell Evans if you were his coach at the plate? Would you tell him to work the count, or
if you see a fastball over the plate, hit it, just like he did there?
Little blooper. This is going to be trouble, but he throws to first and he moves the runner, and we got out number 1, and that will send in the batter in Coy Essery, the right fielder. Right fielder number 24, Coy Essery.
And that right there is, you don't notice it in the newspapers or, you know, in the books, but he moved a guy from second to third. Now he can score on a pass ball. He can score on a sac fly. There's a lot of ways to score from third with less than 2 outs.
Now, if you were to ask me how many ways there are in the game of baseball to score a run, you could say there's a million ways. Base hit, home run, pass ball, wild pitch.
It's crazy. You know, balk right here. You know, you could have a balk. You could have an air. You can score a lot from third.
A pitch, fastball there, and it is 1-1. So if you're to make a prediction for the last few games at C of O, who do you think Crane would play if they were to advance on to C of O?
You know, I don't know. I know Coach Ferguson over there at Southwest is you know, got his team playing pretty good. They were, you know, the 7 seed last year in this tournament, I think, and they're the 4 seed this year. So he's got them improving.
Ground ball, roller, base hit. That's going to score another run. That's going to make it now 3-0 Pirates. So with that little roller base hit, that's something going on. And now we have a new hitter in Hayden Shepard. Third baseman number 13, Hayden Shepard. Hayden Shepard, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs have scored. It's 3-0 Pirates. Hayden Shepard, a big boy at the plate. Unique. So with this big boy, about the same is hit it hard, right?
Yeah, heck yeah. You tell your kids to hit the ball hard. If you hit the ball hard and go 0 for 4, I still think you've had a good day. If you you know, if you could go 4 for 4 with 4 bloop singles and feel good about yourself, but you're not really hitting the ball hard. So yeah, go up there with the mentality, I'm gonna hit the ball hard and see what happens.
That is one thing that Coach Hughes, Coach Harmon, and almost any coach here in Southwest Missouri, or even in the state of Missouri, or maybe even in the entire United States, it says hit the ball hard to their players. It's like Hayden flew out, we believe.
Yeah.
Flew out to right field, and that sends in Isaiah Smith to reset the lineup. Center fielder number 17, Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith, the batter for the Pirates. Little guy, he hits lefties, so when you have a top of the order who is all lefties, that does bruise something there in the Pirates' pot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes me wish I had it. It makes me wish I had a left-handed pitcher, so I could face the left-handed pitcher against their top of their order, their left-handed guys. So
looks like Spokane balked, and that's going to move. We believe that is Essery to second base, but Smith at the plate. Smith, who usually wears the number 3, they may have had he may have had to change his jersey, or may have had to borrow a jersey, but he's wearing 17. That's Isaiah Smith. Kind of unusual to see Smith wearing 17 instead of 3.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's a good point, Kyle.
0-1 the count. 2 outs to Smith. Smith, who can play center field, he can pitch, and we believe we saw Smith on Monday when the Pirates hosted Purdy.
Yeah, I saw him a lot. He did a great job. He mixed speeds really well, kept our hitters off balance, and just pitched a heck of a game. His pitch count got a little bit up in the 7th, and ended up, just going 6 1/3. But he did exactly what he was supposed to do, and put up a bunch of zeros.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Smith. Looking to send Conrad back up to the plate as Conrad was struck out in the last inning. So nothing to get upset about if you strike out in the first inning of play like what Conrad did. Fly ball. That's going to drop for a base hit. Another run's going to score. That's Esri coming around, and that will be a 4-0 Pirate lead, and that will send in the batter in the speedy and the short yet speedy Chase Conrad. Second baseman number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter for the Pirates here in the second inning. Got a little delay, which we believe looks like third base may have came off. Is that correct?
Looks like it.
Looks like third base came off. Here in the little bit of a delay. Here in the inning, 2 outs in the inning. It is looks like it's loose there at third base. As we wait. Conrad gets into the box. He waits. The pitch. Right down the corner, right down the pipe. Strike 1 to Conrad with 2 outs in the inning. Pirates have scored 3 rather. Pirates lead 4-0 over Spokane. They check. He did not get him. They're at first base. And the pitch, swinging a foul back, or foul right down the line. 0-2 the count to Chase Conrad. Conrad, who is a junior, he's speedy junior for the Pirates. And if you're Spokane, you do not want to get Conrad on base, as he can be a threat. The 0-2 to Conrad, right down there, ball 1. There at Conrad, and that moves moves Smith there to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Chase Conrad. The pitch upstairs now 2-0, or 2-2 actually to Chase Conrad. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs to Conrad. As he looks to work the count. The 2-2. Oh, and that's going to hit Chase Conrad as Conrad moves to first base, and that will send in the batter in the catcher and Darren Terrell. Catcher number 28, Darren Terrell. Darren Terrell, the batter for the Pirates. And how to clear it. Darren Terrell, the batter for the Pirates. As we have a little bit of a game delay. 2 outs in the inning. As we have a little bit of a delay, they're checking on. Looks like they replaced third base. Darren Terrell, the batter. The 2-2. And that's going to get away, ball one. There to Darren Terrell. I'm not used to this scoreboard. Ball one now to Darren Terrell. Ball two now to Darren Terrell. Two balls and no strikes to Darren Terrell. And a swing and a foul ball. Strike one to Terrell. Two balls and a strike. And the 2-1. Swinging a fly ball into foul territory and foul ball. And it's 2-2, the count to Darren Terrell. Two balls and two strikes to Terrell. Here in the top of inning, or bottom of the second inning, 3 runs have scored. Pirates want to tack on some more here with 2 outs in the inning. Umpire calls time. Two and two the count to Terrell. And the pitch, swinging another foul ball. Strike two. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. And the 2-2, swinging a fly ball. This should be playable. And he'll have it for out number 3, and we're headed now to the top of the third inning. It is a It is a 3-0 Pirate lead. Who's this? Leading off the top of the third inning for the Spokane Owls, the second baseman, number 9, Dylan Summers. Dylan Summers, the batter for the Spokane Owls here in the top of the third inning. As he'll look to face Robinson for the first time, swing and a miss, strike one. There to Dylan Summers. Now ball two, or ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. Now 2-1, the count to Summers. Summers the batter for the Owls. The pitch, swinging a foul back, strike two. And there to Summers. As we're at the bottom of the order for the Spokane Owls. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Ooh, missed it there. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2, swinging a foul back. Three balls, 2 strikes to count to Dylan Summers. He's the second baseman for the Spokane Owls. Three and two, and another foul ball. See Coach Josh Hughes now back.
Yeah.
Had to tend to, we believe it was third base. Was that correct?
Yeah.
3-2, swing and a miss. Now strike 3, and that is out number 1.
Yeah, and we got an update from Busch Stadium, 1-0 Washington after a Taylor home run.
Left fielder number 17, Joseph Jimerson. Joseph Jimerson, the batter, as we now have So yes, we do have an update from Busch Stadium, 1-0 Washington after a Michael Taylor home run.
Going to the top of the 4th.
Going to the top of the 4th inning, as we're actually in the top of the 3rd here in Purdy between Crane and Spokane. Strike there on they're 1-0 and the swing and a fly ball. This is going to go foul. Strike 2. Nothing and 2, the count, 1 out. And what it looks like is in the ALCS, it's going to be game 1 between the New York Yankees and the Houston Astros, and that is going to be at Houston. And what will the pitching change look like between New York and Houston?
I don't know who's pitching. Oh yeah, Tanaka for the Yankees is pitching tonight, and Greinke for the Astros is pitching.
Looks like that will be at Minute Maid Park. They're in Houston, as Houston has a better record than New York, and so it barely has a better record than New York. So if St. Louis advances to the World Series, they'll either go to New York or they'll either go to Houston.
Yeah, either one. I mean, pretty good teams left in all of baseball. So,
and a strike 3, and that is out number 2, and that will send in the batter in Jordan Harder. Right fielder number 4, Jordan Harder. Jordan Harder, the batter, he is the 9th man at the plate. And what do you expect if you are Coach Sundel from your 9th man at the plate? And he bunts it foul.
That's not a bad idea, you know. Try to move the line, move the order, and get a bunt down. You know.
0-1, the count to Harder. So that's what almost everybody expects. A little bunt. He's going to throw it to first base, and 3 up, 3 down go the Owls. It is a 4-0 Pirate lead. Okay. Is that Isaac coming to the plate? Yep. Leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Pirates. Shortstop, or pitcher number 25, Isaac Robinson. Isaac Robinson, the pitcher, not the shortstop, but the pitcher. As he digs into the right batter's box, the first pitch to him is going to be a ball there at 1-0. So, what has Robinson done at his last plate appearance?
You know, I don't remember.
Kind of hard to keep. Check
got
up,
hit
and he's
there.
going to be hit by a pitch. And they're going to have a runner on, and that will send in Heath Quick to the plate. Left fielder number 16, Heath Quick. Heath Quick, the batter for the Crane Pirates here in the top of inning, or bottom of inning number 3.
Heath got the second inning rally going with a base hit to right, hard ground ball that snuck by the first baseman and ended up scoring a run there and to get the first run in the second inning. So he's was a leadoff guy that inning. Did a good job getting on base.
Definitely did a very good job getting on base, and that's basically what you expect from your leadoff man in any inning. If it's the ninth inning, if it's the fifth inning or the first inning, get on base.
Yep.
And we're still looking up on the Cardinals game between the Nationals. Still 1-0 from what we see. And so the Cardinals, you think the Cardinals may have run out of runs when they played Washington last night?
They did a lot of scoring there in that first inning. So
they're against Atlanta. And so we could see if the Cardinals can get some runs. They need runs.
Well, they need a hit first. They don't even have a hit against Scherzer. So, but Wainwright goes 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. Struck out Soto and struck out Kendrick. So he's pitching pretty well, other than the one mistake to Taylor.
One mistake to Taylor, but Cardinals offense need to wake up. 3 balls and a strike there to Heath Quick. And so with Heath being a senior, would you call him a leader, or would you pass that on to Terrell?
That's something that the
little roller, and that's going to be bobbled there by the second baseman. But Quick does not beat it out.
Go ahead.
Shortstop number 21, Zane Compton.
No, that's you want your seniors to be leaders, but sometimes that's kind of dependent on the kid and depending on the what the coach wants out of him. So it's when you've got a lot of juniors like Crane does, the juniors can be a leader too.
Juniors can be leaders. And that's going to be swung on and foul tipped. Strike 1 there to Compton. I heard Coach Harmon say time to Zane Compton, and that's one thing about hitting is your timing.
Yeah, you gotta get that timing down, like he's saying. So.
And they throw. Ball's gonna get away. Here comes Robinson. He's gonna score, and that will make it a 5-0 Pirate lead. So the Pirates, lots of things cooking there in the kitchen for the Pirates, isn't it?
Yeah, they've scored on a pass ball. They've scored on a pickoff that got away there, and they've scored on a couple of hits, and so they're doing their job of manufacturing some runs here early in this game.
Really causing a headache for the Owls. They're on the field defensively, and that's one thing that you want to do is you want to cause the other team headaches.
Yeah. Yep. Put pressure on them, make them make mistakes. So.
Make them make mistakes. We're currently still in the bottom of the third inning, 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on. The ball's going to skip away, but there's nobody on base. Bases are clean. But there has been another run scored. So if you're playing on defense on the field, you definitely want to keep the bases clean and free of runs.
Yeah, you don't want to give them extra bases and making errors and if you go back to that whole sequence, he got hit by a pitch and stole second, and then got to third on the ground ball by Quick, and then scored there on that error. So
did score on that error, and a little fly ball. This is going to be into foul territory, and that's going to go foul. And Compton will have another at bat. Will have another chance. in this at bat. So with Compton, he's been fighting off a lot of bad pitches, waiting for his pitch to drive.
Yep, having a good at bat here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and pitcher makes a mistake. He's got a chance to jump all over it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. This is anybody's pitch, the payoff pitch. Ooh, and that's going to be a walk there at Compton, and that's going to be something brewing. That will send in the designated hitter in Blake Evans. Designated hitter number 23, Blake Evans. Blake Evans, the batter for the Crane Pirates, wearing Nick Brannon's former number of 23. And so 23, that's more of a common. That number's more common in basketball than it is in baseball. And that's going to be a base hit there by Evans. Runners at second and at first and second now with Coy Essery to the plate. Right fielder number 24, Coy Essery. Coy Essery, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pirates lead by a score of, it looks like 5-0. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if it's 5-0 Pirates. Kind of hard to see the scoreboard here at Purdy. So it depends on the sun. It depends on where the sun is with Purdy's scoreboard. Because it's black with yellow lettering on it, so it's kind of hard to see the numbering there on the scoreboard. Looks like the pitcher and looks like the head coach in Sundle, Coach Rick Sundle, if I'm correct.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Is checking on his catcher. So when you move on to C of O on Monday, who do you think you're going to be throwing against your next opponent? Will you guys take on Billings? Will you take on Southwest, Crane, maybe Galena? Who would you take on?
We'll be playing Billings on Monday, and we're not really sure who we're going to throw. So we've got a couple guys available, and we're going to see kind of how things unfold here today before we make that decision.
So with the Pirates currently up 5-0 on the Spokane Owls, Crane could take on, probably going to be taking on either Galena or Southwest, depending on who wins that juggernaut in the game.
Yep.
As Crane's already played Galena twice, so if you're Crane, you'd be hoping to play Southwest again. A little roller base hit, and that's probably going to score 2 runs. But he gives Evans the stop sign, and that will send in Hayden Shepard to the plate. Third baseman number 13, Hayden Shepard. Hayden Shepard, the batter for the Crane Pirates. He is one of 7 juniors on this Pirates team, and so with your team going into the spring, what is your team going to look like next spring? Are you going to have some players return from the fall season, or are you going to have some players come in for the spring?
We'll be very similar from what we look like this fall. A possibility maybe some kids come out that didn't play this fall, but for the most part we'll have the same guys back, and barring some type of injury or something.
Well, the run will score. What looks like that is
7.
That's Evans, who scored. 7th man in the lineup, and it's now 7-0 Pirates here in the 3rd inning. So Pirates are 3 runs away from the run rule, and so now if you were to ask Coach Harmon, if you were to ask any coaches who does run rule play people, do you think they would say that gets tiring, just run ruling people, and they just want closer games?
Well, yeah, that's probably true, but in this type of setup with this tournament playing 3 days, 3 games in 4 days, you want to get it over with as quick as possible, save your pitching, and, if they can somehow get this done in 3, 4, 5 innings, then they might have Robinson available on Monday or Tuesday to pitch if need be.
Kind of right up in the no-no zone there to Hayden Shepard. And so if you throw a pitch right up and in, that's what we call the no-no zone.
Yeah.
As there's been a lot of injuries, and actually, well, it looks like it was about 10 years ago, there was one death that happened where a kid was struck right around the neck area, right behind the neck. Center fielder number 17, Isaiah Smith. And so when you have pitches that are thrown right up around the head area, that can be dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to ever have a kid get hurt by any means. So
2 outs in the inning here in the Pirates. Isaiah Smith at the plate, who's usually the leadoff man. He kicks things off in the inning for the Pirates. So with the man who's always at the top of the order, you want him to start it off in the first inning. But with him currently right now, after the 9th man and Shepard is on base after the walk, you want Smith to just keep the train rolling, isn't it?
Yeah, this is now becomes a, instead of get on, it's a drive him in, hit something in the gap, and
little roller. This is going to be trouble, and this is going to kind of bounce right into left field, shallow left field for a base hit, and they're going to have runners at first and second for the short and speedy and yet dangerous Chase Conrad. Second baseman number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 7-0 our score between Crane and Spokane. Crane has the lead. Swinging a foul tip. And now if you were to predict the SWCL, what do you think the standings in the SWCL will look like next spring?
Well, right now Crane's got a lead on everybody. They went 7-0 this fall, and the fall schedule combined with the spring schedule counts and determines who's the conference champion. And so they're the team to beat going into the spring. And then you've got us right behind them, and Billings right behind us, and then Southwest in the 4th spot, and Galena in the 5 spot, and then Blue Eye, man, they've gotten better, and Coach Evers does a great job down there. And Avers, and he does great jobs, and gets those guys.
Conrad
gets those guys, ready to play, as we saw this morning against Billings. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. You've got to show up every night.
And now with those teams like Blue Eye, Sparta, Spokane, you think everybody in the SWCL, do you think they're scary to almost everybody else?
Well, I think they could be any given night. We played the Spokane team earlier in the week, and it was good baseball. Our pitcher did a great job, and their pitcher did a good job keeping us off balance, and we ended up beating them 5-1, and that 1 or 2 plays away from being a different result.
And when we looked into the spring, according to Misha's, we believe you guys will host a Class 3 team, former SWCL member, and that is Coach Justin Snyder's Clever Blue Jays. Is that correct?
We actually are playing them at Monette on a Saturday. Us and Monette and Clever are going to play in a little Saturday, triangular. So it's one of those things that is.
A walk will be issued, and that's going to send Shepard to the plate, and that will move Smith to third base. So second base will be open for Conrad, and that will send in.
They actually hit him, so they're sending the runners back.
So they send the runners back, and Conrad will be on first base, but the bases are going to be closed for Conrad because they have runners on. And then we'll send in the catcher, and Darren Terrell. Catcher number 28, Darren Terrell. Darren Terrell, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So with already 2 outs in the inning, Terrell, and the ball gets away, they're going to score another run. 8-0 Pirates, our score. And they have runners at second and third, with first base is unoccupied, and it's got Darren Terrell's name written all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah, this could get out of hand pretty early. With a big hit with 2 outs here, scores 2 more runs, and puts him in scoring position if he can get something in the gap.
The pitch, right downstairs, ball 2 to Darren Terrell. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs to Mr. Terrell. And Terrell, who's one of what looks like 3 seniors on the team. 1 senior for the Pirates is on the JV team. 2 of them are on varsity, and that is Terrell and Quick. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs to Mr. Terrell. 2-1-2. Right at 4:30 here on this Saturday afternoon, so it feels a lot earlier than 4:30 today, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Another run will score. That's going to score another run, and this game will end in 5. Now this game will end in 5 innings as Conrad touches the plate. Kind of slid awkwardly.
Yeah, he had to avoid the catcher and avoid the ball all at once. And
25. So we now have a pitching change, or we might see a pitching change as Coach Sundel comes out to talk to his pitcher in Jacob Wiggins. Unaware if that will be it for Wiggins, as he might be at the end of the line.
Yeah, he didn't get much help from his defense on a couple plays, and then he also walked some guys in that inning, and looks like they're going to make a pitching change.
Spokane takes a pitching change. We will take a timeout, and we will be back in just a few moments.
I hope Crane goes that way and we go that way and we see each other in the sectionals.
Back here at Purdy High School, it is a new pitcher in Jacob Wasson. It looks like as Wiggins moves to shortstop, I believe, or he may have moved to. He is in center field, and the center field moves to
third, and the third baseman went to short.
And the third baseman went to short. So that's a lot to digest when you have a lot of offensive changes. It's going to be a little roller. This is going to be a base hit. That's going to score another run. So the Pirates really want to end this game in 3 innings, don't they?
Yeah, they're doing their best to put up some runs here in the 3rd inning.
Left fielder number 16, Heath Quick. Heath Quick, the batter, 2 outs here in the inning. So the Owls just need 1 out to send this game to the 4th inning. Pirates want to end this game as it is an 11-0 Pirate lead. And now with the team who's trailing and about to lose a game in a run rule, what would be your words to say Spokane when they come up to bat in the top of the 4th inning?
You got to keep competing, just try to string together some hits, some base runners, get hit by a pitch, walk, whatever it takes to get on base and try to cut the lead in half, score 3 or 4 runs in the inning and see what happens.
Spokane has had a couple base runners today, and that's going to be a fly ball right field, and that is the inning, as that will send this game now to the top of the 4th inning. And that is going to be a 7-run inning for the Pirates. It is 11-0 in favor of those Pirates.
Going to
Who's this? 3. Leading off top of the 4th inning for the Spokane Owls, third baseman number 3, Jace Lee. Jace Lee, the batter, as we are now back here at Purdy High School here in the top of the 4th inning. Pirates lead big. It is 11-0. And the pitch will be a ball at 1-0. And so what we heard about the news is former Cardinal David Freese has retired. Who's had a great career with the Cardinals, Angels, Pirates, and the Dodgers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And if you don't remember, David Freese was the man who kept the Cardinal season alive in Game 6 of the 2011 World Series. And would you say that was probably one of the best baseball games you've ever seen?
It was a fun game. I remember exactly where I was at that night.
3 balls and no strikes to Jace Lee, who has moved to shortstop, actually. Ball 4, and that will give Spokane a base runner, and that will send in the batter in Jacob Wasson. Pitcher number 18, Jacob Wasson. Jacob Wasson, the batter. He is the pitcher now for Jacob Wiggins. The center fielder, Nick Stone, who moved to third base, I believe, if that's correct. So yes, he did move to third base, swinging a foul back. 0-1 to Jacob Wasson. 1 out in the or strike 1, 2 outs in the inning. It looks like it. Or no outs in the inning, if I'm correct.
No outs.
Nobody out in the inning.
I just hadn't cleared him since last inning.
Wasson, who started the game at shortstop, 1 out in the inning. The pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball, or 0-2 to Wasson. And Pirate defense has been busy today, haven't they? 0-2 the count. 2 outs, or nobody out. The 0-2 pitch, right downstairs, and 1 ball, 2 strikes as he throws the pitch away. And so, Coach Harmon, would you tell your pitcher to just throw away a pitch?
Yeah, maybe bury something in the dirt or throw it off the plate a little bit.
1-2, swinging. That's going to be a fly ball. This should be trouble, but left fielder Quick has it for out number 1, and that will send in the new batter in Nick Stone. Center fielder number 16, Nick Stone. Nick Stone, the batter for the Spokane Owls. And from what I believe, Coach Sundel, who actually came to Spokane, we believe from out of state, if that's correct.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was coaching at the college level, somewhere down south, and come back up here to be around the Springfield area, I believe.
And now with where we're at right now in Purdy, would you consider Purdy being in the Joplin area or in the Springfield area? Because we're kind of in between Springfield and Joplin.
We probably get more. Probably the Joplin area is probably a little bit closer, but with us moving to the SWCL, we started using more Springfield resources and everything. So,
Yeah, Ozarks Sports Report. If you were asked us what city we are from, we are from Springfield, but we go as far east as the West Plains area. We go all the way down to northern Arkansas, up towards Nevada, out to the Joplin area, and we go almost north up to Lake of the Ozarks. So with Ozarks Sports Report, we kind of cover about the same area as like what Springfield TV covers, is all the way out to Joplin, out towards West Plains and Lake of the Ozarks area, as well as, and of course, Branson area. So you could also say that the SWCL also has some coverage from Branson as well.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes to Nick Stone. 1 out in the inning.
He gets out, struck out.
Taking off already?
I gotta go cook. Oh, now you go.
Now joined by assistant coach Derek Mann of the Purdy Eagles. And what you've seen, Coach Mann, what have you seen from during this game against Crane and Spokane?
It's been a well-pitched game on the Crane side. Some miscues for Spokane has kind of came back to hurt them a lot right now. So
Spokane has come back to hurt him a lot, or Crane's come back to hurt Spokane a lot. As Crane's put up 11 runs and a walk will be issued there to Nick Stone. That will send in the batter in Jacob Wiggins. Center fielder number 10, Jacob Wiggins. Jacob Wiggins, the batter. It is the top of the 4th inning, and so if you're Spokane, you need to score runs quickly, as you're already down by a run rule, and this game would end in the run rule in the 5th inning. And as we look at the Cardinals game between the Cardinals and Nationals, we look like, pretty sure it's in a commercial break from what I see. 1 out in the inning. The pitch from Robinson, swing and a miss, and strike 1. Or 1 ball, 1 strike to Wiggins. If you're Coach Harmon, you probably want to go out and talk to Isaac Robinson. He has allowed 2 base runners on. Just kind of go check and see how his arm is. If you're Coach Harmon, would you do the same thing if that was you, Coach Mann?
he's been cruising through the game. You know, let him work out of this himself. Let him build some of that toughness that he needs on the mound to get through other actual tough situation. He's up by 11, so you might not go and get him now.
Foul back. 2-2 here in the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wiggins. Wiggins, who started the game pitching against the Pirates, as he got ruffled up there by the Pirate bats, swinging a foul back. Stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates would desperately need 2 outs to keep the game going. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Gets another ball. 3-2. As here in the 4th inning, Robinson's has seen him struggle just a little bit on the strike zone, if you ask me. And another walk will be issued, and that's going to load up the bases for Spokane, and that will send in the batter in J.D. Tate as the umpire calls time. As we'll see, looks like assistant coach Tyler Martin. We believe that's correct. And if you're Coach Martin, you're going out to the mound. What would you say to coach or to your pitcher, Isaac Robinson?
Right now, you're just telling him that you need to pitch with the lead, throw strikes, let him hit it. Don't be too fine with it. Let your defense work behind you. You got an 11-run lead. Can't be walking people though. That's what gets to hurting you.
Walks do hurt, and walks do cost. And as we look at the game between the Cardinals and the Nationals, it is a 1-0 Nationals lead after a Michael Taylor home run, and well, it looks like first baseman number 24, J.D. Tate. So the Cardinals game was a base hit. Can't tell who the Trey Turner, who hit it to right field to. If I'm guessing that's Tommy Edmond there in right field. So the Cardinals, now I've asked Coach Hughes this question. I'd ask you the same question: do you think that the Cardinals may have run out of runs to start off the NLCS?
Well, Anibal Sanchez did exactly what he's supposed to do. Just threw strikes, let his defense do work, and Cardinals kind of didn't put the bat on the ball too well. So as the pitching aspect, he did what you're supposed to do, and Nats made some plays behind him.
2-2 upstairs, and that is 3-2 the count to Tate. Tate, who's playing first base. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And down goes Tate, and that will send in Luke Wasson to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Catcher number 13, Luke Wasson. Luke Wasson, who will give some time to take off his shin guards. 2 outs in the inning. Pirates could bring in a run rule, as it's 11-0. They could, which they've already made it a 10-run rule. 4 runs away from ending this game, maybe in the 4th inning. 2 outs in the inning. The pitch going to be upstairs, and 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs in the inning. And now in your game between Purdy and Sparta, what did you see that went well and also went wrong between you guys and Sparta?
Well, we struggled throwing strikes early, but we had a pitcher come in, start shutting the door down for us, and then the bats woke up finally after a 2-game absence, so we hit the ball well today and put up some runs.
They put up runs for these Purdy Eagles as is it strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. So no matter what, if Spokane doesn't score in either the top of the 4th or in the 5th inning, 3-2 the count, then this game would end in the top of the 5th inning with Crane moving on to Point Lookout or Hollister to face either Galena or Southwest. Looks like a walk will be issued to Luke Wasson. That will send in, walks in a run, and Spokane gets on the board. That will send in Dylan Summers. Dylan Summers, the batter. Second baseman number 9, Dylan Summers. Dylan Summers, the batter, here in the top of the 4th inning. Fly ball. This should be catchable. Quick got has it, and we'll send this game now to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's now an 11-1 Pirate lead. Zane. Yep. Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Pirates, shortstop number 21, Zane Compton. Zane Compton, the batter for the Crane Pirates against the Spokane Owls. Winner will move on to College of the Ozarks, and the loser goes home. As that could be the case between Crane and Spokane. As Spokane could be going home if they still keep the run rule. They want to erase the run rule. They have one more run to erase it. 11-1 Pirates, our score. 1 ball, no strikes to Compton. Right downstairs, and 2 balls and a strike here to Compton. Compton has had a busy day at the plate today. And so what do you think you've seen? What are some good things you've seen for Zane Compton today?
He's been putting the bat on the ball well, making good contact. And he's seen good results today.
Foul ball to Zane Compton. Here in the top of inning number, or pardon me, bottom of inning number 4. So you're in the 4th inning. Pirates want to add on some more runs way outside. As Watson threw away a pitch. I'm not sure, like when you guys faced Spokane, did you guys face Watson or did you face another pitcher when you guys took on Spokane?
Another pitcher.
Another pitcher.
I can't remember exactly who.
And a walk will be issued to Zane Compton. That will send in the batter in Blake Evans. First baseman number 33, Seth Steele. Actually, Seth Steele, the batter, as they take Evans out of the game in replacement for Blake Evans. Steele, a tall and lanky first baseman for the Pirates. And what do you expect usually from your first baseman? Because a first baseman's going to have most of the power at the plate.
Yeah. Usually
Little
you hope
lower
that he
to-
does some.
Ooh, and a misplay throw. This is going to score, or that could move a runner to third base. And they're going to have runners at the corners for Coy Esri. Right fielder number 24, Coy Esri. Coy Esri, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now this Pirates team that you saw on Monday, they are scrappy, aren't they?
Yes, they're a well-coached ball team, and then they got some good players to go along with that, and it's always a good recipe.
Good recipe that Coach Harmon does preach. Also cooks up there in Pirates Kitchen is scrappiness. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out to Coy Esri. Once again, Adam Smith, Coach Derek Mann joining you guys here on this Saturday afternoon. And that's going to be a base hit, and another run's going to score, and that is going to make it a 12-1 Pirate lead. As it's been all Pirates, and that will send in Hayden Shepard to the plate. Third baseman number 13, Hayden Shepard. Hayden Shepard, the batter, feels like a home game for the Pirates. Pirates are the home team. Pinch hitter for the Pirates, correction. Correction number 30, Wyatt Howard. Wyatt Howard, the batter for the Pirates. As he's pinch hitting for Hayden Shepard. The pitch. Take the ball there, 1 ball, no strikes. Wyatt Howard, who is a sophomore on the Pirates team, and so with sophomores, what do you expect them when they're playing varsity?
You can't expect too much, but you expect something out of them, and you hope they produce well on the
A fly ball. This should be catchable, and the center fielder has it. They're gonna throw, and he's out. They're at third base. So a good defensive play there by the Owls, and that will send in the leadoff man and Isaiah Smith. Center fielder number 17, Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith, who's usually the leadoff man for the Pirates, and he's a man who wants to start it off. And in the first inning, he got the first hit of the game for the Pirates. First pitch. Ball 1 to Smith. And what I hear is at C of O, you guys will take on Billings if that's correct.
Yes.
You'll take on Billings at C of O. So what do you expect when you guys take on Billings at C of O on Monday?
Well, we expect to do our jobs, and if we do our jobs, we're hoping to come out with a hard-fought W. So Should be a good game.
Hard fought W it is, and they throw it away, and that's going to send Esri to third base. Esri waits there at third base. He could score run number 13 for the Pirates. And when you're in postseason play, it's also not good to score all your runs because it could be hazardous because you could run out of runs in the next game.
Oh, that ball hit well.
It's going to be hit well. This is going to not be caught as it goes all the way to the wall. That's going to score. That will score Esri. They'll put Smith there at second basis. He'll be on for a double, and that will send in the dangerous and yet speedy Chase Conrad. Second baseman number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter. And from what you've seen from Chase Conrad, this guy, he is dangerous there on the there at the bases.
Yeah, he's quick. He puts the bat on the ball. If he gets it on the ground, he's always got a chance to be safe with the speed he has.
And speed is something big to have. And we look at the Cardinals game between the Nationals. It is 1-0 Cardinals with looks like Dexter Fowler at the plate for the Cardinals, facing Max Scherzer. And Scherzer, who is not allowed a hit so far. But correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. I think he's allowed. I'm not sure.
1 ball, no strikes. The ball's going to skip away. But the runner in Isaiah Smith stays put. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs in the inning to Chase Conrad. And so this is Conrad's favorite count, 2-0. So with speed, you definitely want to look for either a ball 4 or a base hit. 3-0 the count. So kind of crazy kind of odd you don't hear the Pirate dugout going base hit, ball 4, isn't it? The 3-0. And a walk will be issued to Chase Conrad, and that will send in Darren Terrell to the plate for the Pirates. Catcher number 28, Darren Terrell. Darren Terrell, the batter. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Pirates are looking to drive some runners in. Pirates have the lead. It is 13-1 Pirates. The pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire, 0-1. Now if you're Spokane, you're trailing by 12 right now, so you just need to get the Pirates in and back to the plate and back to the dugout if that's correct.
Yeah, you need to get yourself back in the dugout so you can hit and
swing. And that's going to be a liner caught there by the first baseman to save a base hit and save 2 runs. And that will send this game to the top of the 5th inning. Final chance for the Spokane Owls as they trail by a score of 13-1. being off top of the 5th inning for the Spokane Owls. Number 17, left fielder Joseph Jimerson. Joseph Jimerson, the batter for the Spokane Owls, as we're currently also watching the Cardinals game against the Washington Nationals, as they have gotten out of the 6th inning of play. And from what I've heard, is Scherzer's pitch count is getting up there at around 90 pitches. So if you're Dave Martinez, you probably want to go out and look at him, as this could be his final inning of work there against the Cardinals. He's done a good job so far, hasn't he?
Yes, definitely been doing his job. Probably has one more inning. If he
2-0 now, 2-1 to Joseph Jimerson. Pirates can move. Pirates are 3 outs away from heading to C of O, and they will take on either Galena or Southwest. The pitch, swing a little chopper, and gloved by the shortstop, and Compton will have it for out number 1, and that will send in the batter. There in Jordan Harder. Right fielder number 4, Jordan Harder. For correction, a new batter. Correction number 19, Grady Claybrook. So the Owls go to Grady Claybrook in for Jordan Harder. And so usually coaches will usually sub out one of the players on the bottom of the order, usually the 9th man. And how come they sub in the 9th man for a pinch hitter?
Well, it's having trust in your guys on your bench, and then if the 9th man is not producing, it makes it a little bit easier on the coach to have make that decision to give somebody else an opportunity to produce for your ball club.
Produce for your ball club, it is. And the pitch is going to be just on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning to Grady Claybrook. 1 and out, 1-1. Here's as the outfield's playing very shallow here in the inning, so it's kind of unusual that the outfield is not further back, but they're in further, or they're in a little bit. So how come Coach Harmon, do you think he's moved his infield or his outfield shallower toward closer to the infield?
Maybe saw something in his swing or in what he's throwing, the pitches he's throwing.
Foul back. So it usually is, if it's it's usually like when you got a big hitter, you definitely move your outfield deep. The pitch, strike 3, and Claybrook is down on strikes, and the Owls are down their final out of the game, and that will send in the batter. They're in Jace Lee. Third baseman number 3, Jace Lee. Jace Lee, who actually moved in to play shortstop here in the top of the 5th inning. And Spokane has put up some base hits. They've also hit the ball hard, so nothing you can get disappointed about in Spokane. They just ran into a good Crane team, didn't they?
Yes. They ran into a team that's well coached, been playing well right now, and a good pitcher in Robertson.
Owls are down to their final strike of the game, as the Pirates are 1 strike away from headed to College of the Ozarks. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Robinson throws the complete game, only allowing 1 run, and the Pirates win this one by a score of 13-1. As the Owl season comes to a close, we'll catch you guys in just a few moments for the postgame show, so stick around, everybody.